For a long, long time, real estate has been all about handshakes, endless stacks of paperwork, and of course, location, location, location. But all of that is changing, and it's changing fast. There's a massive tech revolution happening right now that is completely reshaping the industry from the inside out. So let's break down exactly how technology is rewiring the entire game of buying, selling, and even managing property.
And this quote from Deloitte's latest outlook really just nails it. The market is standing at a major crossroads. It's filled with a ton of uncertainty, for sure, but also some huge opportunities. And it really makes you wonder, right? What role does technology play in all of this? Well, as it turns out, it's more critical than ever before.
Okay, let's dive into this uncertain future. Because before we can really get our heads around the tech solutions, we first have to understand why the market feels like it's hit the pause button in the first place.
Now, what's so interesting here is the overall sentiment. You see, leaders are still pretty optimistic. 83% still expect revenues to improve, which is high. But that's a noticeable dip from 88% just last year. It's not a crash, not by a long shot, but it's a clear signal that the big comeback everyone was expecting has kind of stalled out.
So what's causing that hesitation we just saw? Well, Deloitte's survey points to these three major financial headwinds. Industry leaders are all asking the same questions. Where is the money going to come from? Are these interest rates ever going to come down? And what's it going to cost us to get that capital? These are the big questions putting some serious pressure on the market right now.
But here's the thing. In the middle of all these challenges, a really powerful force is bubbling up, and it's offering brand new solutions and totally changing the rules of the game. It's called PropTech.
And what on earth is PropTech? It's actually pretty simple. It's just what happens when you apply modern tech to the old-school world of real estate. It's all about moving away from paper and towards platforms, and just transforming every single part of the industry to be faster, way smarter, and a whole lot more efficient.
And make no mistake, this isn't some small niche trend. The global PropTech market is on track to be worth over $88 billion by 2032. That massive scale tells you everything you need to know. Technology is no longer just some optional add-on. It's quickly becoming the core operating system for all of modern real estate.
And inside this big PropTech wave, there's one specific technology that is having an absolutely outsized impact. And that is, of course, artificial intelligence. So let's zoom in a bit and see how AI is taking these core real estate functions and just completely revolutionizing them.
Remember the old way of searching for a home? Scrolling endlessly through thousands of listings, trying to find that one needle in a haystack? Well, AI changes that entire dynamic. Instead of you doing all the searching, AI learns what you want, your budget, your commute, your lifestyle, and it brings the perfect properties directly to you. It's a huge improvement in accuracy, and it saves you just hours and hours of time.
And we're seeing the exact same revolution happening in property management. The old way was all about being reactive, putting out fires, fixing things only when they break. The AI way, it's completely proactive. It's like having a crystal ball. It can actually predict when an AC unit might fail, it automates rent reminders, and it crunches market data to set the perfect rental price, which can cut costs by as much as 20%.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, in my opinion. We're seeing how these huge macro trends are actually landing in the hands of individual real estate agents. They're getting access to this whole new toolkit of AI-powered superpowers.
First up is a tool called HeyGen, and it's all about scaling video content in a way that, frankly, was unimaginable just a few years ago.
So get this, the top agents are now creating AI video clones of themselves. Yeah, you heard me right. They can generate hundreds of personalized videos every single month, maybe answering common questions or reaching out to new leads, all without ever having to step in front of a camera. It's all about dominating local search and connecting personally, but at an absolutely incredible scale.
All right, next up is a tool that supercharges an agent's day-to-day work by tackling a really simple human truth. All of us speak about 4 to 5 times faster than we can possibly type.
A tool like WhisperFlow just leans right into that. It turns an agent's spoken thoughts directly into perfectly formatted text for emails, for notes, you name it. It even cleans up all the ums and uhs, which, let's be honest, we all do. We're talking about saving hours of tedious typing every single week.
And finally, let's look at a tool that is completely changing the game for how agents build their online presence.
Building a professional, mobile-friendly website, it used to take weeks, right? And it cost thousands of dollars. Well, now, with a tool like Base 44, an agent can just type a simple text prompt describing their business, and boom,
AI generates a complete website or a landing page in just a few minutes. It's a total game changer.
So after all that, here's the crucial point. What does this actually mean for you, whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest, or rent? Because this isn't just about fancy tools for agents. It's a fundamental shift in the entire experience for everyone.
And this slide just perfectly sums up the new reality. First, the entire experience is shifting from physical to digital. Virtual tours are basically becoming the standard first step. Second, the old gatekeepers are being replaced by open platforms, which makes things like fractional ownership a real possibility for way more people. And finally, the work itself is being transformed as AI and automation handle all the tedious stuff, which frees up the human experts to focus on what they do best: strategy and building relationships.
And all of this brings us to a final and pretty provocative question. When AI can show the house, manage the property, and create all the marketing, what then becomes the true, irreplaceable value of the human professional? That's the question that's going to define the next decade of this entire industry.